Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Mirio has effectively lost his powers. That sucks, because I liked his powers. I like, you know, permeation as an overall ability.
Doria now has no competition within the agency for All Might's successor.
Bubble Girl. I
don't know. Well, Bubble Girl, yeah, maybe. I mean, she can outlast the Tickle Fest that friggin' that Night Eye can barrage out. Maybe.
I'm just saying he doesn't really. I mean, I guess other people think that All Might should have a different successor, but it's like it's not like they can take it from him. I mean, so.
No, not at all. But
that's why he's trying to force him to.
Yeah.
He was trying to force him to give up, so he would just give it away of his own accord.
Well, I wonder what Night Eye's going to think now that his golden boy has effectively been just.
I mean, he's probably going to be heartbroken because I think he put a lot of hopes in Mirio. I mean,
well, I think a lot of people.
Night Eye's, he's not a. I don't think he's necessarily. He means to be a cruel person. I mean, he's pretty calculating, but I mean, it's like I think he loves All Might and he's really worried about him, which is what was driving him.
And I think he saw Mirio and thought this is the next step.
Yeah.
And now Mirio has effectively been just taken out of the picture. That sucks too, because I like Mirio. Mirio has like an awesome personality.
Well, I mean, he's not dead.
I know he's not dead, but still, though, man. I mean,
it's not looking good, but
no, of course it ain't looking good, dude. It's like one of the worst things that could possibly happen to a hero. But we got the next episode queued up here, episode 12, season 4. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, but we're just gonna have to see.
Night-Night. Tamaki. I'm still fighting. Shizuke! I told you that's not my name anymore! I'm positive Aries' bedroom is located in that direction.
Iranaka, I want you to straighten out these hallways again, you hear?
Oh.
The hell? The drugs must have worn off. But that was Toga and Twice just now. The League of Villains is here too. I won't forgive you! You traitors will die!
Tell us where the other League members are hiding.
I don't know! But I'll find every last one of them! I won't stop until I've crushed all their skulls to dust!
It doesn't look like the villains from the League are gonna attack us. Maybe not, but they're not on our side just because they betrayed this guy.
You're wasting time, so ignore them and keep on moving. Or did you morons forget our mission's top freaking priority? They're all still fighting for us. You gotta know that, right? We worked too damn hard to fail that girl now. So go on!
We'll find her! And we'll save her! Don't worry, Rocklock!
I just can't help thinking about my family. I got a beautiful wife and a new baby boy.
He looks just like his daddy.
Just like.
I was worried about those kids.
Quite literally.
You better do it, Deku. The same goes for you, Nada. Her future is on you.
Right now, I just want to make Overhaul cry like a little baby.
Ooh.
In that case, I've got no idea. Here's what we should do.
I'm listening. Oh, that's perfect, Jean.
So he's not alone.
No matter what.
Oh, yes.
Got punched in the elbow.
Yeah, that's gotta
Where's
suck.
my funny bone? Maybe it was the shoulder, I couldn't tell. Looked like the elbow at first, though.
She's in our circle. We passed another on the way here. Get Ari out of here. She's behind me. Rest. I've got you now.
He took away my power. Lemillion already has it backed into a corner. It's up to us to finish this.
Yes, sir!
Time to get up, Chrono! Watch out!
Ooh!
Those pierced by the long hand will find their movement slowed. But I repaired his head and healed the damage while the kid was distracted.
From blinking.
I've got you!
Everything. All you've done has been for nothing.
Crap.
You get it, Nomoto. You want me to succeed. I won't allow all my hard work to end here. You've always been eager to help, so I know you'll happily give your life for my cause. I'll be a good sport and acknowledge you are stronger than me, Lemillion. I respect your perseverance. But in the end,
What the fuck?
I will still be the victor.
Did he just eat that guy?
He did.
Combined himself with him.
He just... oh my gosh.
He just turned that guy into a sloppy Joe and made an arm out of him.
Oh, made 2 arms out of him.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Ugh.
He'll be much more useful to us alive. It's no use. You have all the speed of a snail right now. Give up. I struck you with the shorthand. You won't move normally for another hour.
Chronostasis! His hair resembles the hands of a clock. One slice from a strand will slow his target's movements to a crawl.
I don't know how much you've been able to find out, but Eri is the Hasaikai boss's granddaughter. If it brings Overhaul closer to achieving his goal, nothing is off limits. It was unpleasant, but necessary, and I feel much better now. When someone contaminates me with their filth, I lose control. It's never gone quite this far before, though. You chose to get involved with Eri, with me, and now your quirk is lost forever.
It's gone forever?
If you'd only backed down sooner, you could have held on to your pathetic dreams. And now, thanks to your heroics, your friends will die along with you.
He can use his quirk with someone else's hands? I can't read his movements. The iron soles in my boots are the only reason I'm alive. Stand down, Deku. I'll deal with him.
Will you now?
Limit his moves and get in close. Don't let him transform the ground. You look out for Lemillion and Eri! You deployed your prized weapon instead of sneaking it off to safety. Were you that frightened of my protege? You believed in my teaching and used it to become strong. I'm proud of you. If only I could see it. Your success. Even if my actions are different than in the future I saw, the timeline always writes itself as if the accounts are being balanced somehow. The future never diverges from what I've seen. I can't help but think, if I hadn't used it on All Might, is there even a chance that his future could turn out differently?
You're thinking too much.
Perhaps, but even so, I will never view anyone else's distant future again.
Ah, that's why. That's why I never looked into Mirio's.
Just repeated 1-second glances. I'll use those to guide me. I'm pretty sure this'll lead us back. We need to get away from Chisaki.
That's enough. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Sir.
Night Eye.
No!
Damn! Nothing.
A future in which the boys escape and take Eri to safety. Let me see it! Get Eri to safety! My whole body's screaming at me, but I can move. My arms and legs are aching, and I can't keep this up for long. But I can still move! 20%!
Oh shit!
Even if it's set in stone, I'll smash that future!
Little brat!
I'm getting better at anticipating these attacks. If I injure him, he'll just prepare himself. Win with one blow! Manchester!
Oh! That didn't do it.
I think he dodged it.
You may be fast, but compared to the last two...
And that's where it's going to end.
No.
Oh.
Move, Lemillion! God! Find somewhere to hide. Wait for help. Dozens of people
are doing everything they can to save you.
Being able to put myself back together again doesn't make breaking apart hurt any less. You're done, kid.
No way. It's not over.
Someone else is about to die because of you. Is that really what you want?
Wait,
No.
it's
Damn
not.
it.
I don't want this.
Look at him, injured and alone. You don't really think you can defeat me, do you?
No, I don't.
Ah, yes. It's so much easier to be hurt yourself than to watch while others are hurt for you, isn't it? The faint flicker of hope Lemillion gave her has been extinguished. She doesn't want you.
Midoriya. It's no use. You can't save Eri. Maybe you think you don't want my help. But I won't let you down, Eri! I'm going to save you!
Oh, hell.
Was that her rocket doing a cannonball?
I think so.
I think she
yes,
is.
she is. There's Froppy. There's Dragon Lady. Yeah, it's their battle. Their battle spilled through from the top. Oh, God, that's a heavy episode.
That's a hard guy to fight.
You ain't kidding, dude.
Ugh.
Because he's able to... Okay. He's a lot like that one enemy from Yu Yu Hakusho, the one of the Saint Beasts.
Don't have a clue.
There was an enemy. He literally could clone himself into like 6 different clones, and then he could, like, if all those clones went down, he could literally steal the life force of all those clones, rejuvenate himself back to full strength, and then redo the 7 again. It was literally a cheat code. For just like an infinite 7 man respawn. Yeah, that's cheatsy doodles in my book. And also Lemillion trying to guide Eri out and just having, holding her hand and all that. That actually reminded me of a very sad story that it was a conflict story. There was this child that was, their parents were missing, and the only person they ran into was a soldier, and the soldier told them, no matter what, we're going to stay in this house, and you sit on the floor, and if you ever feel ever feel scared, just grab my hand, and I'll be here as long as you need me. And he always had his hand down right there for her to grab onto. And what she didn't know was he was mortally wounded, and his arm was down there, and she stayed by him for pretty much a solid day. And when they found her, she was still holding onto the soldier's hand, and the soldier was dead. And through all that, she never gave up hope because, he was there to help her. And even though he passed away, he saved her life. Because she was found by people coming in to save refugees, and they reunited her with her mother. Her father died, but she was able to at least be reunited with her mother. Which, war is a hell of a thing, dude. Conflict, the thing is, whenever you have like true conflicts, conflicting ideologies, and those conflicting ideologies eventually lead to physical conflict, it's hard to say that we've gotten better as a society because wars have gone nowhere but down so far. Like, we have not had a major conflict since World War II that has really been a massive loss of human life. Like, the further you go back, the worse and more frequent the conflicts get. Now, we've had like small skirmishes, small civil wars between certain countries, and that have resulted in a pretty decent amount of loss of lives, but not anywhere in the neighborhood of like 50 million, 70 million, 100 million, like a lot of the conflicts in the past.
I mean, what conflict did they lose 100 million people? I mean, in the 20th century, I think like 200 million people died in that century. I mean, everything.
Well, yeah.
But I mean,
well, yeah, and
that's like overall though. I mean,
but there's been a term that was coined with the Cold War and since as the new peace, which as pretty much in terms of wars, a very, very small amount of life has been lost by comparison to the past. Because whenever you look at Stalin's gulags and everything, post-World War II, they were pretty bad, but nowhere near as bad as before World War II. When he took over, he killed nearly 20 million people. Mao killed around 50 million people. And all those occurred before World War II. And then when you look at World War II, you look at 70 million people total lost for World War II. And since then, you know, you've had a few things here and there. You've had civil disagreements put down by the Red Army. You've had small wars here and there, like the Vietnam War. I know I say a small war, but in terms of like what the life was lost in World War II, it's pretty small. But overall, we as a society have not had like massive conflicts, and the more connected the world gets, where we're actually able to communicate with one another. Henry Rollins actually pointed this out. He's like, he as an individual went to Iraq, and he went there and was in Tehran, and someone recognized him. He's just like, hey, and the guy spoke perfect English too. He's like, hey, and the guy's like, hey, Henry Rollins, what are you doing here? It's like, and he's like, oh, I'm here doing photography and all that. And the guy said, don't tell the government that you're who you are because they won't let you leave. See, he got into the country on a visa that used he pretty much put himself down as a photographer. But if they found out he was Henry Rollins, lead singer of Black Flag, like overall like the cultural icon that he is, then the government will hold him and question him and ask him, hey, what are you doing here? Are you here doing this? Are you here trying to cause disruption? Are you here trying to cause civil disobedience? And it's scary. And the same thing with North Korea. He went to North Korea as well, and the same thing. He was told by them in South Korea, is like, do not tell them who you are, like, professionally. Here, you're Henry the photographer. You're not Henry Rollins the rock star. He got in and got out, but he said on his last day in Tehran, his company literally came to him, the company he was traveling with came to him and said, hey, you need to pack up and you need to come with us. And they put him on a plane and got him out before the Iraqi police could get there and do their thing. Conflicts are a scary thing, man. And whenever you have people who have disagreements with you, again, it's like you're drawing lines in the sand and you're saying, you cross this line, I'll kill you, pretty much. That's not how the world needs to work, guys. We as a civilization we as a people need to grow past that. Can't tell it to some people nowadays because it's like all people want is conflict nowadays. You know, them using kids, like in this, a kid being used as effectively a shield and people trying to guilt trip the kids into staying. That happens a lot in real life. You know, kids are guilt tripped into, it's like, why would you talk? You know, if you talk, you're just going to hurt more people. More people are just going to get hurt because of you doing this. So it's best if you just don't say anything. To put that on that kind of weight on a child's shoulders who has no way of dealing with it, no way of coping with it, that's evil in like one of its purest forms, as pure evil. Didn't mean to depress everyone there, but this is sort of a low note that we're ending this recording session with my hero on, because damn, Night Eye's down, Aizawa's down, Lemillion's down, Deku is injured, and this dude Chisaki seems to only be getting stronger.
Yeah,
you don't know where the ceiling is on this, which
there is no ceiling anymore.
Well, of course, yeah, I was about to make that connection. There's like, yeah, the ceiling just came tumbling down. And here comes Dragon Lady and the rest of the...
A dragon threw a giant man through the ceiling.
That's a hell of a beginning to a D&D campaign right there.
Sure is.
Yeah. Could you imagine that as an opener to a D&D campaign? It's like, you are locked in a battle in a room, when all of a sudden, boom! A Dragon Lady and a gigantic man crash through the ceiling.
Dragons and giants do hate each other.
I'm at least glad about one thing, by the way, which is that it looks like Aizawa is useful enough to them that they won't be killing him or taking his...
No.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of worried about that. I was like, I swear if Aizawa dies or gets his powers taken, I quit. But I also quit if Froppy dies or gets her powers taken, just so you know.
I hope that doesn't happen. The one that we thought was going to lose his abilities Mirio, it happened, and that sucks. But by the same token, Aizawa seems to be safe because they still want his power. They want his power in some way. Whereas, Froppy and the rest of them seem to be, I'm not going to say safe, but I don't think they're in full danger. Because I don't know where the rest of the bullets are. I saw him, grab them, but I haven't seen them since. I don't know if he's, hiding them somewhere, if he's, put them in his pocket or something like that.
I mean, I'm not really worried about them losing their powers anymore. Who cares? He can just grab them and turn them into Sloppy Joe. I mean,
Yeah, turn them to Sloppy Joes and amalgamate them into him.
I mean, or just, splatter them on the wall like Magna. I mean...
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, this dude is still dangerous, and he's,
Yeah.
He was hurt, now he's not.
Yeah, now he's pissed.
He's got 2 extra arms.
Well, he did just have a ceiling and a giant dude dropped on
True.
him. So if he didn't dodge that, he might be hurt again a little bit.
Oh, and not only that, but he can also summon other people's quirks, which that's a weird thing that I'm thinking. He comparative to One for All, that's pretty much the same thing, except he physically takes them in and makes them part of him, whereas All for One does is he literally just takes people's quirks by themselves. He steals their quirks. He doesn't have to pretty much mash them up and turn them into paste. And
I honestly kind of think at this point, because of the way that it was just shown he could do that, he may actually be the true replacement for All for One.
I mean, he's kind of a big deal. I mean, that's...
Yeah, if he
Unless they somehow kill him right here, which I doubt that's going to happen.
I don't know. I'm thinking he will get away. He'll probably, I don't know, if he keeps Eri, that's gonna be a hard thing for the heroes, considering they went through all that and they didn't get the objective. And not only that, but Mirio's permanently disabled, and Night Eye seems to be dead. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's paralyzed.
Either paralyzed or dead.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Anyway, that was a hell of an episode, and we're halfway through. I think this is halfway through the season.
Yipes.
So we still got a lot more to go. So again, everybody, thank you all very much for tuning into this. This was My Hero Academia, Season 4, Episode 12. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully we will see you on the next one. So until then, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you then. Peace out.